All right, so I'm working with a guy today, running some numbers, and the guy's probability of success is basically 0 if he quit work at 62. All right. Now, if he quits work at 60, I think it was 67, it was 95. He's a single guy. It's just a regular good old guy. Only quote unquote 300 and I don't even think it's 300, but 250,000 in his portfolio. No pension, but no house debt. All right, which is awesome. Anyway, but we sitting there. Like, he doesn't want to. I mean, he doesn't hate his job. He said, I'm not going to say what kind of job it is, but yeah, the job's fine. He likes it. He's good at it. He goes, look, man, I'm surprised, but I never like being inside a cube. I like being outside. I'm good at what I do, and I get paid well, and he's good at it, and the company he works for needs him. He's transferred a couple times. He's thinking about maybe transfer again before he winds it down. So we're talking. We'll call him Tim. All right. So I say, Tim, the problem that we have here is I don't want you to have to work until you're 67. And he's like, look, if I got to do that, I got to do that. No big deal. You know what I'm saying? And he goes, but if you hang up at 62 is too early. And I think 62 is, I want to say in 3 years. I think it's 59 if memory serves. So I said, let's see if we go till 65. And at 65, so basically at 62, it's a 7% probability of success. At 67, it's 95 or something like that, 97, I think. And he's leaving a bunch of money downstream. He doesn't have any kids. He's not married, so he doesn't want to leave a bunch of money downstream. All right, so we know we have 62 is not good. 67 is probably too good. So he ran 65, I think. And is that, off the top of my head, I think it was like 78, 79. No, what was it? At 65 or 64, I can't remember. But basically, between 64 and 65 is when he's looking good. I try to get you at 75% probability. And for many reasons, which I've gone into other videos, which I won't go here. And again, junk in, junk out, my friend. Anytime you're running these Monte Carlos, just remember, what are they using for returns and what are they using for standard deviations? That's what matters. What are they using for inflation? What are they using for just all that stuff? Returns and standard deviations are what matter when it comes to Monte Carlo. So my returns are low, my standard deviations are high. As such, I'm hitting you both sides of the system here pretty negatively. Anyway, so we start talking. I said, Tim, what happens if you quit your job at 62 and just got a part-time job, making half what you're making now? But, you get to choose your hours. You don't have to work overtime. You get to take, vacations and stuff, because right now they need you more than you need them. And he goes, yeah, a lot of people do that. So it's okay. So now we're going to make $35,000 a year for, he's going to quit his job at 62. He's going to make $35,000 a year until he's 65 or 66. Something off the top of my head, I just can't remember. No, that's what it was. We're going to quit the job at 63. He's going to have one more full year of full-time work. Then he's going to go part-time, be it at this company or another company, just making $35,000 a year. And remember, if you're making 40-hour work week over 50 weeks is 2,080 hours. All right, so if you're making $10 an hour, you're going to make 20,000. You're basically 20,800. If you're making $20 an hour, you can make 41,000, and you get that. All right, so that's how it works. A 40-hour work week. All right, so that's not including overtime or anything like that. It's just an hourly position. So I said, all right, we'll have you work, and he'll probably make it more than $20 an hour, because what line of work he's in high demand. So let's just say he's making on average $30 an hour. I'm just using that for example. He works 15-hour weeks, something like that, 20-hour weeks. He makes between $30,000 and $35,000 a year part-time. So he makes $70,000 for the next 3 years. He hangs it up at 63. Then he works part-time from 63 to 60, I think it was 67 to 65. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. But he works part-time for a couple of years. Keeps him active, keeps him healthy, keeps him, he's got friends that he works with, the whole thing. And he's looking fine. He's looking fine. And the thing that just kind of bothers me is that I guarantee almost the vast majority of you guys, as I did, started with a part-time job when you were a kid. I obviously paper route was my first one. They don't really do those anymore, but I washed dishes in some lobster place in Portland, Maine. I took the boat. How did I get that? I can't remember how I got there anymore. But I washed dishes. I picked strawberries. I did all kinds. I mowed lawns. I did all kinds of stuff, as you did too. I guarantee. Sitting here picking up some pizza, and two guys, older Indian guys, are door dashing. What's wrong with getting a part-time job, man? You DoorDash? I don't know what you make, but let's say you average $20 an hour. I don't get it. I can't. I don't like the whole idea of door dashing. It just boggles my mind. But anyway, what's wrong with that? Deliver pizzas part time. What is this about? Like, when I retire, I don't want to work. That's fine. I don't have any qualm with that. But the vast majority of us working part time isn't working at a crap old job. You might not get benefits, but so what? You're like, hey, I'm telling you, man, the extra $20,000 to $30,000 you can make in part-time gig, it goes such a long way. It's a double whammy because you don't have to pull $30,000 out because you have the income coming in. So that means your money can continue to sit there, hopefully growing, but either way, you're not pulling the money out. And this guy's, in Tim's case, he's pulling for the first couple of years, if he did not work, $50,000 a year to cover $45,000 of expenses because he has taxes to pay. He only had had $300,000. That's what it was. And between 62 and 67, when he took Social Security, he was going to spend $250,000 of that. And as such, his portfolio won't last. But if he just worked an extra year, 63, and worked part-time from 63 to 67, and then Social Security kicks in, he's got the golden ticket, man. And the interesting thing is, he doesn't mind it. A lot of negative Nellies are going to be like, are going to be on YouTube like, you're retired, that's not being retired, you're working part-time job, that's not retired. Change your mindset on what retirement is. Retirement, I'm talking about freaking driving an hour and a half each way is a crap little job where you're just mentally and emotionally exhausted, man. What's wrong with working part-time? I'll let you guys think about that. Thanks now.